Hello everyone, back to today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next week for today's second video, the weekend forecast, as always on a Saturday. The first video up today was the third and final winter 2019-2020 seasonal model roundup. That's getting around 14 long range models together to see what they're all showing for this coming winter, and that of course is ahead of the winter forecast being released at Gals Weather's tomorrow. So we're finished with the updates now, and all that's left to do is to give you the forecast tomorrow on the 1st of December. So have a look at that, see what the long range models are showing. It's a very busy old day of updates today. We've got a week to 10-day video update coming up after this video, and then tonight we'll have a Christmas update as well. I think we're up to number 13 for the Christmas updates. Yeah, very, very busy day. Of course, tomorrow we've got the winter forecast coming up as well. So busy weekend actually at Gas Office this weekend. So websites using full weekend forecast though are coming from websets.de and weatherout.com, starting with a radar picture at Gav's Weather Vids. So this is how things are looking in terms of the radar picture. It's been a very dry morning across most parts of the country actually. We've had a few showers across the far northeast of Scotland, one or two running down the east coast of England. There's a few wintry ones mixed in there. And then down in the southwest, we've had a more general area of rain, sort of flirting with the far southwest of England and down into the Channel. We'll probably see that encroaching a little bit more in towards the southwest of England through this afternoon. Would be surprised if it gets much further west, but around Exeter. But it could turn wet in this southwestern corner. But otherwise, most places you'll see on the radar picture have been dry. The main thing today so far has been freezing fog patches. A lot of those are going, but one or two might linger on through the afternoon. Here today's Arctic pressure chart. So high pressure is taking over the weather pattern, and that will be the theme of the week, particularly for England and Wales. Plenty of dry weather to come until the very end of the week. But low pressure is down to the southwest, so that's what's bringing that weather front into the far southwest of England. So for the rest of this afternoon, we'll continue to see a few wintry showers running down the east coast, sort of peppering the east coast of Scotland and eastern England. But most places will be dry this afternoon with plenty of sunny spells until we reach the far southwest, where we have those outbreaks of rain across southwest England and down into the Channel Islands. Few freezing fog patches could linger into the afternoon, and where that happens it will be a very cold day, temperatures barely getting much above freezing. Otherwise we're going to see a range today of around 3 to 6 degrees, so it is going to be quite a cold day. Although in the far southwest we've got that rain, it's a lot milder there as the wind is coming up out of France, so temperatures there up to around 10 degrees, but that's the exception to the norm. Most places are going to be cold today. Overnight tonight, this high pressure continues to strengthen close to the country. The outbreaks of rain in the far southwest will turn lighter and patchier through the night, gradually dying out. A few wintry showers continue to run down the east coast, but the bulk of the country will be dry tonight with long clear spells leading to a widespread frost. We could see temperature going down to -5 in some rural areas. And don't rule out the chance of a few freezing fog patches developing, and those could become really quite thick and dense later in the night, probably producing some really quite difficult driving conditions. I would have thought particularly in rural areas, but not exclusively so. Tomorrow, Sunday, high pressure is dominating weather, sitting over and to the west of the country. We do have a little bit more of an east to northeasterly breeze in the east to the southeast, though, so that will continue to bring those wintry showers down the east coast, and probably get a little bit more widespread across parts of East Anglia and southeast England tomorrow as well. So we could see some of those showers coming a bit further inland. There'll be primarily of rain across East Anglia and South East England. You have to go more towards sort of North East England, East and Scotland to find the wintriness in the showers. Most central western areas will be dry tomorrow with the best of the sunshine in the west. Temperatures again cold, ranging from around 3 to 6 degrees, but where the fog lingers it will be colder than that. High pressure begins to relocate a little bit on Monday, more centre across England and Wales. That starts to allow more of an Atlantic west-southwesterly influence in towards Scotland and Northern Ireland. So I think we'll bring a weather front across Scotland during the course of Monday. That will take outbreaks of rain with it. Could be a bit of hill snow mixed in. For Northern Ireland, probably mainly dry but cloudy. England and Wales should stay dry with plenty of sunshine. But of course, it'll be cold under that area of high pressure down in the south. There'll be further issues with frost and lingering freezing fog patches across parts of England and Wales on Monday. Temperatures in any fog are going to struggle to get much above freezing. Otherwise, in the south, we're up to 2, 3, 4 degrees. It will be a cold day. Further north, though, milder with those west-south-westerly winds coming in off the Atlantic. In fact, Western Scotland might go to around 10 degrees, would you believe, by the end of Monday afternoon. That is 50 Fahrenheit. High pressure still dominates the weather on Tuesday, so we remain mostly dry, but patchy rain will become confined to the very far north of Scotland, and otherwise I think Scotland just has a dry, rather cloudy day. England and Wales will be dry, and there'll be sunny spells, but again, there may be problems with lingering freezing fog patches. That's a big unknown about this week. Just how much fog are we going to get, and will those fog patches linger? Because it's been so very wet over the past few weeks and months, the ground is saturated, it's sodden, and I think we have a good recipe here for fog, but we shall see and take it on a day-by-day basis how much fog there's going to be. So again, on Tuesday, if any fog lingers, we're going to see temperatures barely above freezing, otherwise 2s, 3s, 4s across England and Wales, milder across Scotland and Northern Ireland, probably not quite as mild as it will be on Monday. High pressure is gradually weakening on Wednesday, and we begin to pick up a stronger westerly wind up in the north, so signs of a change as we get to the middle of the week. However, England and Wales, again, another mostly dry day. Probably a little bit less in the way of fog, but we may have more in the way of low cloud on Wednesday. Further north, though, that's where we're freshening up that westerly wind, and we'll probably also bring in a weather front with outbreaks of rain moving into the northwest of Scotland later on in the day. Otherwise, Scotland and Northern Ireland probably windy and quite cloudy. Temperatures beginning to lift up in the north more generally. Across Scotland and Northern Ireland up to around 7, 8, 9 degrees. England and Wales still quite cold, but not as cold as it is in the previous days. That westerly wind freshens further across the whole country on Thursday. There's going to be an active weather front that's going to bring outbreaks of rain through Scotland and eventually down into Northern Ireland and Northern England, I would have thought, by the end of Thursday. The rest of England and Wales will be mostly dry. As the wind picks up, you're going to find any fog getting blown away. But we will bring in a lot of cloud with these westerly winds. So the best of any sunny spells will be where you have shelter from those westerlies, which is particularly in the extreme south and southeast of the country. You notice tight-packed isobars, so it will be turning windy on Thursday. There could be gale force winds around northern and western coastal areas, actually, with gusts perhaps at around 50 miles per hour. On the plus side, though, it'll be turning milder, especially in the north, up to around 10 to 13 degrees across much of northern Britain. Still a bit on the cool side down in the south, but not as cold as previous days, probably up to around 7 or 8 degrees across much of England and Wales. And then as we go through into Friday, you're going to find a weather front pushing southwards across the country, followed by rather colder northwesterly winds bringing in showers. So outbreaks of rain will move southwards across England and Wales through Friday. Some of that rain could be quite heavy and persistent. Follow on behind with brighter skies, but still with blustery northwesterly winds, and temperatures will begin to fall away up in the north. So showers could turn wintry across parts of Scotland by the end of Friday afternoon. The mildest temperatures will be in the south on Friday, up to around 10 to 12 degrees. After a mild start in the north, temperatures will fall back and become colder. And then into next weekend, there's quite a bit of uncertainty actually. Saturday will be a rather cold and showery day. Showers could well be wintry up in the north. England and Wales probably mainly dry. And then on Sunday, we bring an area of low pressure in from off the Atlantic. Now that low is moving into cold air. It looks like it's struggling a little bit. There's a bit of a stall going on here on the weather front. So Saturday, as I say, mainly dry down in the south, wintry showers up in the north, generally quite a cold day. Sunday probably starts cold and frosty, outbreaks of rain move in from the west. For England and Wales, probably staying as rain. But as that wet weather meets the cold air further north, there's a potential perhaps some snow next Sunday across Scotland, possibly down into northern England too. That'll be one to watch in the coming days. Finally, just having a look at charts from weather outlook. So, got a dry weather today, plenty of sunshine. It's cold though, and of course we have the outbreaks of rain down in the southwest. There's a few wintry showers running down the east coast. Tomorrow, mostly dry and cold, wintry showers in the northeast. Plus a few more in way of rain showers for East Anglia and southeast England, but most places dry actually tomorrow. Sunday, outbreaks of rain, Monday I should say, outbreaks of rain pushing in across Scotland. Otherwise, it's a dry day but cold. And then go through into Tuesday. Most places will be dry, staying cold for England and Wales in particular. Wednesday keeps the mainly dry theme going. And then Thursday and Friday turns milder and outbreaks of rain moving in from the north and the west, moving in from the Atlantic. Eventually it'll start to turn colder again in the north as that band of rain pushes southeastwards. So in summary, it's going to be much more in the way of high pressure this week. That's the good news because it's going to allow things to dry out a little bit and allow some of those river levels to drop. So plenty of dry weather coming up, particularly for England and Wales. Well, it's a little bit more changeable across Scotland and Northern Ireland. A cold week generally, particularly for England and Wales. Watch out for frost and freezing fog, and the fog, how much fog there is the big unknown about this week. But I think it is a scenario that could see things becoming quite foggy, particularly for England and Wales. Later in the week, it turns milder, windier, and outbreaks of rain move in from the Atlantic. By next weekend, we're back to cold and showery conditions, particularly so in the north. Right, that's the weekend forecast on Dusted. We'll be back later on with your week to 10-day video update, including all regular features. And then we've got the 13th, I think it is, Christmas update for you tonight. Don't forget to check out the third and final season model roundup for the winter of 2019-2020, and of course ahead of tomorrow's big one, the winter forecast will be released tomorrow at 10 a.m. But that's all for now, and thanks for watching.